This is your daily briefing. You're most welcome to it. I didn't cover the Wolves game yesterday because I'll be totally honest with you, I wasn't in the mood. We didn't learn anything. I didn't feel I had anything profound to add to getting beaten at home by a side by a couple of goals to nil and looking utterly incapable of, having a reply. There's some good points being made by my old mucker Resurrection Dan on Twitter, and so let's just have a brief kind of look back on the situation. Antonio Conte was channeling his inner Milton when he spoke to the press after the game. There is a long road, a long path in front of us. Long. It is important for us not to be scared to face this path. Our fans have to understand that maybe you need to have patience to wait to rebuild again. The situation they were used to is in the past. This takes us back to the business with Pochettino. And, the house with many rooms and no furniture, or whatever it was that he came out with. So in a nutshell, we've got a business that spent the wrong end of £100 million on compensating 3 different coaches. Daniel Levy has us precisely where Pochettino left us, cut adrift from the Champions League football where we want to be and drifting aimlessly. The squad is a dysfunctional bring and buy sale of punts, tired old aces and other assorted deadbeats. In any other profession they would have been made redundant years ago. Attendances are down. I think there was 56,000 and change in for the Wolves game. Don't argue with me, please. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't say it's COVID. Don't ask me to look at what's happening in the rest of the league. Some attendances are down. Yes, I accept that. But Tottenham have built this thing and it should have the edge to bring people in and sit them down on seats and craft soapy beer. Description I stole from somebody online, and gulp down artisan snacks. There should be an edge there. When you're waking up in the morning as, say, a Manchester United fan, their numbers are down a little bit, tiny bit, but nowhere near like Tottenham's. Tottenham's are really down. Liverpool's are up. Chelsea's are solid. Teams that people want to go and see. Community clubs like Norwich and Burnley have good numbers, for example. So that there are factors at play here. But please, don't humiliate yourself by trying to pass off what's happening with the numbers at Spurs. It's down to people not getting value for money. Resurrection Dan, here he is. People think it's down to the managers, huh? Poch won 6 of his last 24 league games before being sacked and asked for a freshen up, and it didn't happen. Jose had us top of the league at Christmas but fell away, but due to the beep mentality of the players. And he's absolutely right. And there's more here. Nuno's out of his depth. I mean, I made the comment this morning that he came in with a guy, with a spring in his step and a pocket full of good intentions, turned into a manic depressive within about a week. Same bunch of dossers. New manager bounce of Conte has worn off. I think that's a very fair comment. And left with a squad of fewer wasters on the books, but a core of weak-willed, substandard players. And this is absolutely true. And what's criminal here is that Dan nails it, and there's very little interaction with the tweets. And people should be able to find them freely because they've got the certain sort of keywords like Conte and Levy and whatever in them. But the feeds are jammed on the old rubbish, big sort of generic aggregator sites. People putting up pictures of Eriksen. Isn't this great? So it never had anything to do with the managers. And we come here to the power of negative thought. And this is very similar with the business with the Y word. I've got a cracking letter in, and I have to say, I've not had anybody take me up on the offer to do a live stream debate, but I have managed to solicit some really touching emails from people telling me how they feel and explaining to me. I mean, goodness me, if only I could get them on to debate me, because the quality of the interactions that have been stirred up, really decent people talking from the heart and talking, more importantly, absolute common sense, focused on context and what it means to have that fraternal feeling for complete and utter strangers. The absolute decency that pours through every single word that these people are writing to me. It really is great. So we've got this situation now where we can look over our shoulder, I think, with some confidence, and we see that the same hyenas that haunted Mourinho's spell at Spurs, they were the same creatures that disregarded the trophies at Manchester United because they didn't like him, and this whole business of creating a world of hate and sneering, and that becomes the reality for these people, and these people are damaged. It really is a pity. The problem Spurs have got is we're knee-deep in dross, as Dan says, and everyone is having their strings pulled by a pedant who is in the wrong business. He's in the wrong line of work. And to put it into football parlance, Daniel Levy, you don't know what you're doing. Two hugely successful managers, not interested in whether you liked one of them or didn't like the other, not interested at all, but two hugely successful managers with amazing CVs, and they both absolutely crashed and burned at Tottenham. So as I say, some fantastic contributions to the blog and to the community section here. If you feel like jotting down a few words, doesn't have to be 1,000 words, does not have to be 1,000 words, just a couple of hundred will do, telling us how you felt about a game or a particular player. Like I said, let me be my audience. My numbers are always great. This place is booming and I'm happy to share it with you. It just helps the world go around and adds to the flavour. Okay, that's it for now. Good luck. Keep it Tottenham.